See, the next one is a pedigree chart. In the previous one, we discussed about the different types of and pedigree symbols, how male and female are going to get represented. Now we are going to remember what is it is going to help us the pedigree analysis, whether it is a dominant or recessive. For this identification of this kind of an diseases, you have to find it. How you can able to find it, whether it is a dominant or recessive. So the first one is a dominant. Dominant one will never skip a generations. What is that? It means no, this is the affected individual. The next generation also has to be get affected, and the next generation also has to be get affected. Each and every generation has to be one affected of any of the individual, whether it is a male or female, it should be affected. Then it is a dominant one. Never it is going to skip a generations. So if it is autosomal, both male and females are equally affected. If it is autosomal dominant, then how you have to identify both male and female ratios are equally affected. If one male is affected, then the other one female also has to be get affected. If two females are affected, then two males has to be get affected. So that is an autosomal dominant. The next one. Father always transmit the diseases to the daughter, whereas mother is going to get transmit the diseases to the son. That and all are X-linked recessive one. X-linked recessive one. So in dominant one, it is never going to skip the generation. If it is autosomal, both male and female are equally affected. Father to daughter and mother to son, the diseases are going to get transmitted, which is a X-linked one. Next one, recessive one. It is going to be as a skip of generations. If one generation is affected, the next generation is not going to be get affected, and the next generation is going to be affected. So it is going to be get skipped here. In this also, if it is autosomal recessive, both male and females are equally affected. It is going to show as a crisscross generations. As I said, no, here it is affected, here it is not affected, and here it is affected. And the other, if we are going to get cross like this, the other individual also is going to get affected. So it is going to show us as a crisscross mechanism. Diseases is going to transfer from father to daughter, mother to son, which is a X-linked recessive one. You have to remember dominant as well as recessive point to analysis of an pedigree chart. Then only you can able to do it in a proper way. The next one is a genetic disorders. Genetic is, already I said, the genetic is diseases or transmitted from one generation to another one. Again, it is classified as a Mendelian disorders and chromosomal disorders. See, the Mendelian disorders are the diseases are transmitted from one generation to another generation. If father is affected, sons are affected or daughters are affected, and daughter is a carrier, and they are going to get transmitted to the son. So like that, the diseases are going to be get transmitted. What are the diseases? First one is color blindness, hemophilia, sickle cell anemia, phenylketonuria, thalassemia, and cystic fibrosis. The next, these diseases names you have to remember. Next one is chromosomal disorders or chromosomal aberrations. The diseases are not transmitted from one generation to another generation. If one generation is affected, there itself disease is going to be end by the death of that person, and it is not going to transmit to the next generations. Whereas here, whatever information is present now in one generation, why it is going to transfer to the next generation? Because the DNA is going to get stored the information. But here you are not going to see any kind of an diseases like the transmissions from one generation to the another generations. What are the diseases is Confindro syndrome, Turner syndrome, and Down syndrome. See, there is a one example you have to know it. This is a autosomal dominant. How you can able to identify that is a autosomal dominant? What I said autosomal dominant mean it should not skip any generation. See, this is a one generation and this is a another generation. Here you can able to see affected individual, here also affected individual, here also affected individual. So here you are not going to find any kind of an skipping of generations. You are not finding any skipping of generation and equally both male and females are affected. So by this one you can able to say that is a autosomal dominant. Whereas autosomal recessive, what I said autosomal recessive means there should be a skipping of generations. Skipping of generation it should be there. Both male and female affected. Here male is affected and here father and mother they don't